With protective arms. For the first time in a public forum, Brad showed just how involved he appears to be with Angelina's young family. Wearing a stocking cap and tenderly holding the infant, Brad smiled as thousands of Japanese fans took his picture on cell phones and screamed and shouted his nickname of Barapi as he arrived at Tokyo's Narita Airport. Brad and Angelina arrived at the terminal from an airport bus. While Brad had baby duty, a black trench coat-clad Angelina held the hand of her 4-year-old son, Maddox. The foursome arrived in Japan from earthquake-torn Pakistan, where they had spent their Thanksgiving on a humanitarian mission.
The terrain in this area.
The Pitt Jolie party arrived in the Kashmir area of Pakistan from Geneva, Switzerland, where the two stars had attended United Nations briefings. Angelina, who is a UN Goodwill ambassador, visited a hospital where survivors of the October 8th massive quake are being treated for their injuries.
Is she feeling better?
Brad flew into the middle of the devastated region aboard a UN helicopter and pitched in unloading supplies for refugees. It's doubtful if the people lined up to receive food and clothing from the UN had any idea that the bearded man helping them was one of the world's biggest movie stars. On Friday, Brad and Angelina met privately with Pakistan's president. And just days after their Pakistani Goodwill mission, the two touched down in Tokyo for the Japanese premiere of Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Arriving in the same car, the two created a flashbulb frenzy as they hit the red carpet and headed straight for the fans to pose for pictures and sign autographs. While Maddox and Zahara presumably were tucked in at a Tokyo hotel, Brad and Angelina worked the crowd but never seemed to pose together. This morning, Angelina's father, actor John Boyd, visited our ET set and told me he's proud of his daughter's humanitarian work and how she manages life in the headlines.
I'm sure there's something between them, of course, yeah. Always like Brad.
The way the media is following their every move, how do you respond to that?
Well, that's tough for them. She's very eloquent, and people listen to her.